Yo.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss. Miss, why did you miss coming?
All right, guys, so we are going to start now answering the worksheets left in year 6. The question of the sound lesson. So we had several pages left. I want you to open page that we stopped at yesterday, page 83, please. Open page 83. We are supposed to be finishing the worksheets today, hopefully. Do you have your books, guys?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, I just want you to check. I uploaded the 4 videos that I promised you yesterday. So I want you to check it. You will find it in week 7, trimester 2, under video lectures. Yes, you have to raise your hand.
39 all.
Raise your hand. If you want to talk, raise your hand. Yes, Hamza.
Miss, I solved I solved page 38 all.
Okay, very good. We stopped at page 38 yesterday, so we're going to do it together now. All right? Okay, so in page 38, I'm just looking for the PowerPoint.
Miss, didn't we stop at 83?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. He said 83. He said 38, right? Yes, page 83, guys. Sorry. Page 83.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, in page 83, question 1, it says you have been asked to investigate the pitch of a set of strings.
Is that the homework? Was that the homework?
No, that wasn't the homework.
Yes,
That is the worksheet that we started yesterday and we did not finish. So we are going to finish right now. All right?
Page what?
Page 83.
Okay.
Miss, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Hamza.
Is page 77 and 78 is due tomorrow?
Yes, dear. All right. Okay. So it says you have been asked to investigate the pitch of a set of strings. And I told you that you have to choose a set of the sets that you have in front of you. All right. And there is actually another way to answer this question. Okay, so I'm just going to share the screen. I'm sorry, I forgot. All right. So here you go. In this question, you can actually choose one of the sets. You have 3 sets in front of you with different lengths. This is a way of answering this. You can choose the whole set and compare between the pitch of the 3 lengths, or you can choose one string of each set. And in this case, you will compare between what? Who knows the answer? If you're going to choose the strings with the same length from each of the sets, then you will compare between what? Hey, yes, Ahmed Amr.
The thickness.
Exactly, thank you. So in this case, you're going to make your investigation about the thickness of the string. Okay, so in question 1, it says you have been asked to investigate the pitch of a string. You can, of the strings, so you can choose between choosing the whole set of the same thickness but different lengths, or you can choose 3 similar strings when it comes to their length, but their thickness are different. Okay, what I did was that I chose a whole set with different length. So the question I will be asking is what? Yes, Farida.
Will the thickness of the string affect the pitch?
Yes, this is if you're going to choose different one string from each of those sets, right? If you're going to compare between the thickness.
Yes.
What about if you're going to choose a whole set?
Will the length of the string affect the
pitch?
pitch?
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Farid. So you have 2 questions according to how you're going to answer this question. And by the way, both of them are correct. Okay, so will the length of the string affect the sound pitch? This is in case I picked up a whole set. But if I'm going to pick this string, this one, and this one, then I'm comparing between the thickness. But you have to make sure that you're choosing the same length. You're choosing the strings, strings with the same length. Okay, so you are comparing between the thickness. Then the question will be, will the thickness of the string change the sound pitch or affect the sound pitch? Okay, so now circle 3 strings that you will use. So according to what I chose to answer, I'm going to choose this set, for example. Okay, what variable must you change in your test? What variable must you change in your test? Yes, Laura.
The length of the string.
The length of the string. In this case, it's going to be the length of the string. Okay, now in the second scenario that we said that we're going to choose, let me just show you what I mean by second scenario. So this is what I mean, that I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose this string from this set, this string from that set, and this string from this set. Okay, in this case, I chose the strings with the same length but different thickness. Okay, so Laura, I will ask you a question. In this case, what variable must I change in this test?
The thickness of the string.
The thickness of the string. So this is according to what you're going to, or how you're going to answer this question. Okay, so just let me erase this and get back to the way I chose to answer the question. So I said I'm going to take those strings. Okay, write down 2 things you must keep the same. Write down 2 things you must keep the same. Write down 2 things you must keep the same. Yes, Hamza.
Yes.
What are you going to keep the same, Hamza?
The pitch.
How? This is what you're going to measure. What are you going to keep the same to make your test fair?
The length of the string.
Okay, the length of the string, this is in case of what? This is in which scenario? Are you going to choose or to compare between the different thickness? Or are you going to compare between the different length?
Different thickness.
Okay, if you're going to compare between different thickness, then of course you have to keep the length the same. What else are you going to keep the same? Okay, let me help you with this. You're going to keep the type of the string the same. So the two things that you're going to keep is number one, in this case, in my case, the case that I chose to answer with, because I'm comparing between different lengths, then I have to keep the thickness the same. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to keep the same is the thickness of the strings. The second thing that I'm going to keep the same is the type of the string. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Miss, I'm writing. Wait.
Okay.
Miss, I finished.
Okay. The last question on this page, guys. What will you measure or observe? What will you measure or observe? Eh? What will you measure or observe? Yes, Mariam.
The pitch.
Yes, the sound pitch. There's another thing, by the way, I can measure.
Length.
What?
The length of
No,
the
no. Vibration. Yes, vibration by means of what? It has a name.
frequency.
Thank you so much. The frequency, exactly. So we can measure the frequency or we can observe the pitch. Both of them is correct. Okay. So should I flip the page? Are you done?
Yes.
Okay,
No.
so the last one.
In the last one, we write what we measure or both of them.
You can write both of them if you want. You can write the sound frequency or pitch. The sound pitch or frequency. Both of them are correct. All right, so now we're going to do page 84. In page 84, guys, I would like you to cross the first question. This is a canceled question. Okay, question F in page 84. Page 84.
Miss, it's the same.
Page 84.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes, I want
What's the first question?
Yes, the first question, which is question F. I want you to cross it. Okay, it's canceled.
Miss, why? It's really easy.
What is the answer? How are you going to measure, or what you're going to use to measure the frequency or the pitch?
Sound meter?
The sound meter, you use the sound meter to measure the volume. The volume. Okay, so this is not something that you should use to measure the frequency or the pitch.
Miss, I just entered, so I don't know anything. We had a session, but we had something.
Open
so
page
I couldn't-
84, Adam, and write with us. Okay. Question G says, you plot a graph. What labels will you put on the two axes? You plot a graph. What labels are you going to put on the two axes?
What is the answer of F?
I said that F is canceled. Then Hamza told me that he knows the answer and then he answered wrong. So forget about it. Okay? Question G, guys. You plot a graph. What labels will you put on the two axes? Ziad Tamer.
Yes.
Yes. So what labels are you going to put on the two axes?
Wait. What is the meaning of the question already?
Do you know the meaning or you don't know the meaning?
I don't know the meaning.
Then why are you raising your hand?
I forgot it, but still I want to answer it, but I don't know the meaning.
Okay,
sadly.
now I want you to tell me, what are we measuring?
The frequency.
So this is the first thing you're going to put on one of the axes. All right? And what are you comparing?
The length.
The length. This is the second thing you're going to put on the other axe. Is it hard?
No.
All right. So the two things
Yes.
that you're going to put, yes.
I have a question. Why didn't you put instead of length pitch?
I'm sorry, I don't get it. Please, I want you
You
to clarify your question, please.
You said you will label the two axes with the frequency and the length.
So instead of the frequency, I could put,
Instead of the length.
no,
you
no,
put pitch.
not instead of the length. Instead of the frequency, you could put the pitch. This is also correct answer. Okay, but if you are comparing between the different thickness, then you will remove the length and you put the thickness of the string versus the frequency or the pitch.
Okay.
Okay, so according to how you're going to answer this question, but the frequency or the pitch, both are the same. You're not going to change this.
Okay.
Okay, what conclusion would you expect from your test? What conclusion would you expect from your test? I want to know where are the rest of the people? I have 2 people raising their hands. Where are the rest? 3 people raising their hands. Very good, huh? 3 out of 18. Ahmed Sharif.
Yes, yes.
Yes, can you answer this question? What conclusion would you expect from your test?
That I would expect that
If we're
the
talking about, yeah, you're talking about the thickness?
I will talk about the two.
Okay, talk about the two.
The thicker it will be low pitch, and the thinner will be high pitch.
Very good.
That's what I would expect.
Okay.
And
if we're talking about the length?
the length, the shorter will be higher, and the longer will be lower.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay. So as Ahmed said, if we are going to talk about the thickness, then the thicker the string, the lower the pitch or the frequency. Okay. The thinner the string, the higher the frequency or the pitch. If you are going to talk about the length, then the shorter the string, the higher the frequency and the higher the pitch, and the longer the string, the lower the frequency and the lower the pitch. Is it clear?
Miss, do
Yes.
I write the both?
Yes, write the both. What did you choose to answer with, Hamza?
The short.
The thickness or the length?
No, the length.
Okay, then talk about the length only.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss,
Can I what?
write both?
Write both. Okay, in question number 2, Ben is investigating soundproofing. First, he listens to the buzzer. What must the sound travel through to reach Ben's ears? Who can answer this question? Mute your mic, please. Adam, please mute your mic. Hey. So who will answer this one? Raise your hand. Who will answer this question? Raise your hand. Abdullah.
Yes, miss.
Yes, can you answer the question?
Which one?
Question 2.
Okay. Ben is investigating sound
Sound.
soundproofing. First, he listens to a buzzer.
Hmm.
What must the sound travel through to reach Ben's ear?
Oh,
Waves.
what?
Waves.
What's the meaning of waves? The sound
The
travels.
waves that the
No, we're talking about the
waves.
medium. We're talking about the medium that the sound will
okay.
travel through. What medium will the sound travel through to reach Ben's ears?
Listen,
Mute your mic.
What?
We're talking to Abdullah now. What
Air.
is the air? Thank you so much. So the air surrounding Ben is the medium that the sound will travel through to reach his ear. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, Ben puts the buzzer in a shoebox. He has one type of cloth. He wants to see how many layers of the cloth he needs to soundproof the box. What is he changing in his test? Ben puts the buzzer. Who is this?
Abdullah,
Yes, Abdullah?
you want me to answer?
No, dear. Thank you. Mute your mic. Ben puts the buzzer in a shoebox. He has one type of cloth. He wants to see how many layers of the cloth he needs to soundproof the box with. What is he changing in his test? Zain?
Yes, miss.
Can you answer this one?
Okay.
And is there a way to just lower the volume a little bit of your mic?
Miss, it's not. I'm using the laptop mic. I don't even have a headset.
All right. Answer the question.
Write down 2 things Ben must keep the same to help make his.
No. The previous one. What is he changing in his test?
The shoebox.
He's going to change the shoebox.
No, he's going to put the buzzer inside and outside.
No, I want you to read the question again. Ben puts the buzzer in a shoebox. He has one type of cloth. He has one type of cloth. He wants to see how many layers of the cloth he needs to soundproof the box with. So what is he going to change?
The amount of cloth.
Yeah, the number of layers, correct?
Yes.
The number of layers covering the shoebox. This is what he's going to change. Thank you, Zain. The number of layers covering the shoebox. Okay, question C.
and type of the shoebox.
No, he's not going to change the type of the shoebox. He's using the same shoebox.
Okay.
One shoebox, but different number of layers. Okay, question C, write down 2 things Ben must keep the same to help make his test fair. So what is he going to keep the same? What is he going to keep the same? Omar Gamal. Omar Gamal, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, do you know? What will Ben keep the same to make his test fair? He's going to change the number of layers of the cloth he's using. What about the material of the cloth? Is he going to change too?
Only one type.
Okay, so he's not going to change the type. This is one thing that he's going to do, right?
Yes.
So he will keep the same, the material of the cloth.
Yes, but he only has one type. So he won't be
So
able
he
to
will
change
keep
it.
it the same. So he will
Yes.
keep it the same. And if he has several types, will he choose all those types?
No, it needs to be fair.
So he's going to choose only one type, right?
Yes.
Okay, what else is he going to keep the same?
The amount of layers.
He's going to keep the same, the number of layers? That was
No, he will change
the
it.
thing that I just said that he's going to change. What about the
type
tools?
of the box?
Yes, the shoe box, he's going to keep the shoe box the same. The type of the buzzer, correct?
Miss, can I write the size of the box?
You can write the size of the box. Okay, so the material of the
Can
cloth.
you wait a second because I disconnected and I just came back and I'm writing.
It's fine, it's fine. Okay, so he's going to keep the same, the material of the cloth, the type of the buzzer, the type of the shoe box, the size of the shoe box, all of those are correct. All right, so I'll just give you a second to finish writing. Okay, let's wait for the rest.
Miss, can I go drink water and come?
Yes, yes, and I will drink water too. Okay, are you done, guys? Should I flip the page?
Oh,
Okay.
no, Miss, we're not done.
Who is not done yet?
Miss,
Oh, I'm
I
done.
still have to write.
Make it quick, please.
Miss, now I am done.
Okay, page 85. Okay, in page 85, Ben measures the volume of the sound. He puts his results in a graph. So now you have this graph, and the graph, you have two axes in the graph. One, you have the volume of the sound. And in the other axis, you will find what? The layers of the cloth. Okay, so the question says, what is the fewest number of layers of cloth to soundproof the box? Soundproof it at all. The number of layers that he is not hearing any sound after putting them in the box or covering the box with them. Not hearing a sound at all. Huda Marwan. Huda.
Yes, yeah, Miss, sorry, I couldn't hear you. My net is so bad.
All right. So in question D, they're asking what is the fewest number of layers of cloth to soundproof the box?
I don't understand the question.
Do you understand what Ben did in his test?
Yes, Ben measures the volume of the sound.
Yes, and how why is he measuring the volume of the sound? Or what did we say just in the previous page? What is the experiment? Explain the experiment for me.
He measures the volume of the sound.
Huda, did you write what we just wrote in page 84?
Yes.
And what did we write in page 84? Huh?
Can I answer it?
No. Huda, I'm asking you, what did you write in page 84?
A lot of things.
A lot of things. Would you please read it for me?
Which one? Which question?
The whole thing, starting question 2.
Okay, you plot a graph. What labels will you put on the two axes? The length of the
I
straight.
started question 2. Start with question 2.
Ben is investigating soundproofing.
Mm.
First, he listens to the buzzer.
Mm.
What must the sound travel through to reach Ben's ears?
Yeah, what?
The air surrounding him.
Very good. And then what did he do?
Ben puts the buzzer in a shoebox. He has one type of cloth.
Mm.
He wants to see how many layers of cloth he needs to soundproof the box.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So what did he do? He brought a shoebox and he covered it with several layers of the piece of cloth. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now back to page 85, please.
Oh,
So in the graph, you have in the x-axis the number of the layers of cloth, and in the y-axis the volume. So how many layers did he have to add to the shoebox to not be able to hear anything? When he added only one layer, did he hear any sounds?
yes.
When he added 2 layers, did he hear any sounds?
Yes.
When he added 3 layers, did he hear any sounds?
Yes.
When he added 4 layers, did he hear any sounds?
Yes.
What about 5 layers?
He did hear.
6 layers?
He did hear.
7 layers?
Didn't, and 8 also didn't.
Okay. So what is the fewest number of layers he used so that he can't hear any sound?
7.
7. Thank you so much. So the answer is 7 layers. Okay. Question E, what is your conclusion from the graph? What is your conclusion from the graph? Ziad Husam, are you there?
Yes.
Can you answer this question?
Okay.
What's your conclusion from the graph?
My conclusion?
Yeah. If you added more layers of the cloth, what will happen to the volume?
It will be higher.
If you added more layers, the volume will be higher?
No, it will be less.
Oh, okay. So this is your conclusion. Okay, the more the number of the layers, the less the volume.
If we will add على الشمال ولا على اليمين?
What do you mean? Here, this is the number of layers from 1 to 8.
If we will add after 1, before 1, so it will be
I'm sorry, how are we going to add before 1? Like -1, for example, or what?
0.
0 layers, you will not hear any volume, no, any sound? If you did not add any piece of cloth, any layers of the cloth, you're not going to hear any sound? Ziad, you have a buzzer inside the shoebox, and then you start to cover the shoebox with several layers of cloth. until you cannot hear the buzzer anymore. So the more you add layers, the less,
more
the
the
less the volume.
the less
Yes.
volume.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So there's a one question left. I'm going to do it quickly. Explain how the soundproofing stops the sound reaching Ben's ears. How the soundproofing stops the sound reaching Ben's ears. Laura, can you answer this question?
Yes.
Yes, please do. The material
The
that
material is a solid, so
no, the material that is covering the shoebox is doing what to the sound?
it's stopping the sound.
Miss, I know.
Stopping the sound?
Miss, can I say?
It's soundproofing. It's proofing it like.
Would you please wait? She's answering. Please wait. Yes, Laura. Do you remember when we said how to stop the echo?
Yes, to put soft objects.
Yes, and this soft object does what to the sound?
It absorbs sound.
It absorbs the sound. Thank you so much. So the material absorbs the sound, okay, and then it turns the sound, the energy into what kind of energy? Thermal energy, okay? So the material absorbs the sound and turn it into thermal energy. Okay, guys, you have 5 pages homework, all right? Bye.